In the ever-evolving world of global pop culture, where fame is often fleeting and connections can feel manufactured, there exists a bond so raw, so deeply human that it defies explanation. It isn't just about music, choreography, or visuals. It's about something quieter, more intimate. It's about comfort. And for millions of fans around the world, that comfort has a name: Jimin. For those outside the fandom of BTS, it might be difficult to understand how an artist can become a source of emotional refuge. But for ARMY, this isn't a metaphor, it's a lived experience. Across continents, languages, and cultures, fans consistently return to one truth. When life feels overwhelming, when the weight of the world becomes too heavy, they find themselves coming back to Jimin. This phenomenon didn't happen overnight. It was built slowly, quietly, through years of vulnerability, growth, and moments that felt almost too real to be part of the polished world of K-pop. Jimin's journey itself is a story of resilience, one that mirrors the struggles many fans face in their own lives. Long before the sold-out stadiums and global recognition, Jimin was just a trainee fighting for his place. There were moments when his future in BTS seemed uncertain. He has openly spoken about the intense pressure he felt during those early days, the fear of not being good enough, and the relentless self-doubt that followed him during those days. These weren't carefully curated confessions, they were raw glimpses into a young artist grappling with his own insecurities. And perhaps that's where it all begins. Because when fans look at Jimin, they don't just see perfection, they see someone who understands what it feels like to struggle, someone who has stood at the edge of giving up and chose to keep going anyway. There's a particular kind of honesty in Jimin's presence that resonates deeply. Whether he's performing on stage or speaking during a live broadcast, there's an emotional transparency that feels rare in an industry built on image. He doesn't hide his vulnerability, he embraces it, and in doing so, he creates a space where fans feel seen. For many ARMY, that space becomes a sanctuary. It's in the way Jimin speaks to fans, not as distant admirers, but as people he genuinely cares about. His words often carry a softness that feels personal, as if he's speaking directly to each individual listener. He reminds them that it's okay to feel lost, that it's okay to not have everything figured out. And in a world that constantly demands perfection, those words can feel like a lifeline. But it's not just what he says, it's how he exists. Jimin has a unique ability to balance strength and gentleness in a way that feels both powerful and comforting. On stage, he commands attention with an intensity that leaves audiences breathless. His performances are precise, emotional, and deeply expressive, each movement telling a story that words alone cannot capture. Yet offstage, there's a softness to him that feels almost disarming. He laughs easily, often covering his mouth in a gesture that has become iconic among fans. He leans into his members, seeking and giving comfort in equal measure. He listens attentively, offering quiet support rather than loud declarations. These small, seemingly insignificant moments are the ones that linger, the ones that make fans feel like they're witnessing something genuine. And it's in these moments that the idea of home begins to take shape. Because home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. It's the sense of being understood without having to explain yourself. It's the comfort of knowing that you're not alone, even in your most difficult moments. For many ARMY, Jimin embodies that feeling. There are countless stories shared within the fandom, stories of fans who found solace in Jimin during their darkest times. Some discovered BTS during periods of grief, depression, or uncertainty. Others turned to Jimin's music and words as a way to cope with anxiety or loneliness. And time again, his presence made a difference. It might be a song that speaks directly to their emotions, a performance that feels like a release, a simple message during a live stream that arrives at exactly the right moment. These experiences may seem small from the outside, but for those who feel them, they are everything. Jimin's solo work in particular has deepened this connection even further. His music often explores themes of identity, vulnerability, and self-reflection. There's an introspective quality to his artistry that invites listeners to look inward, to confront their own emotions rather than hide from them. Songs like Lie revealed the internal conflicts he once faced, capturing the tension between expectation and reality. Meanwhile, tracks like Serendipity offered a softer, more hopeful perspective, embracing the beauty of connection and the idea that even in chaos, there can be moments of peace. But perhaps what makes Jimin's impact so profound is the consistency of his sincerity. In an industry where personas can shift and evolve, Jimin's core remains unchanged. He continues to show up as himself, flawed, emotional, and deeply human. And in doing so, he gives fans permission to do the same. This authenticity creates a bond that feels unbreakable. It's why when fans are asked why they turn to Jimin in difficult times, their answers often carry the same emotional weight. They speak of comfort, of understanding, of a connection that goes beyond admiration. They describe him not just as an artist, but as a presence in their lives, as someone who feels like home. There's also something to be said about the way Jimin interacts with his fellow BTS members. His relationships within the group reflect a deep sense of empathy and care. He is often seen supporting others, offering encouragement, and celebrating their successes with genuine joy. These dynamics don't go unnoticed by fans. They reinforce the idea that Jimin's kindness isn't performative, it's who he is. And in a world where authenticity can be hard to find, that kind of consistency is incredibly powerful. Over the years, Jimin has grown not only as an artist, but as a person. He has become more confident, more assured in his identity, yet he has never lost the humility and warmth that first drew fans to him. This growth is something fans witness in real time, creating a shared journey that feels deeply personal. And perhaps that's the most remarkable part of it all, because the relationship between Jimin and ARMY isn't one-sided. It's built on mutual support, on a continuous exchange of love and understanding. Fans find comfort in Jimin, and in return, they offer him unwavering support, celebrating his achievements and standing by him through challenges. It's a connection that transcends traditional definitions of fandom. It becomes something closer to a community, a shared space where people can find belonging. In moments of darkness, when the world feels overwhelming and uncertain, that sense of belonging can make all the difference. It can be the thing that helps someone keep going, that reminds them they are not alone. And for countless ARMY, Jimin is at the center of that reminder.
He doesn't claim to have all the answers. He doesn't present himself as someone who has everything figured out. Instead, he offers something far more valuable: honesty, empathy, and a quiet reassurance that it's okay to simply be human. That's why, when everything else fades away, when the noise of the world becomes too much, fans find themselves returning to him. Not because he's perfect, but because he's real. And in that reality, they find comfort, they find understanding, they find home. The stories continue to unfold every single day across social media platforms, fan communities, and personal testimonies that rarely make headlines but carry immense emotional weight. A student struggling with academic pressure finds relief after watching a clip of Jimin reminding fans that their worth isn't defined by grades. A young adult navigating uncertainty about their future replays his words about patience and self-growth. Someone dealing with heartbreak listens to his songs on repeat, finding in his voice a kind of quiet companionship. These are not isolated incidents, they are patterns that reveal just how deeply Jimin's presence resonates with people from all walks of life. There's an almost paradoxical nature to his influence. On one hand, he is a global superstar, performing on some of the biggest stages in the world. On the other, he feels incredibly close, almost like someone you could sit down and talk to about your worries. That duality is part of what makes him so compelling. It allows fans to see both the extraordinary and the ordinary within him, and in that balance, they find something relatable. Because at the end of the day, beyond the fame and recognition, Jimin is someone who has faced his own fears, his own doubts, and continues to grow through them. That journey mirrors the experiences of so many fans, creating a connection that feels deeply personal. And so, the question remains, why is it always Jimin? Why, out of all the artists, all the voices, all the influences in the world, do so many people find themselves returning to him in their most vulnerable moments? The answer isn't simple. It isn't something that can be reduced to a single trait or moment. It's a combination of everything: his honesty, his empathy, his resilience, his artistry, and the way he consistently shows up as himself. It's the way he makes people feel seen, heard, understood, and most importantly, not alone. For ARMY, that feeling is everything. It's what turns admiration into connection, connection into comfort, and comfort into something that feels a lot like home. And as the years pass, that feeling doesn't fade, it deepens. There's a quiet evolution in the way ARMY talks about Park Jimin now compared to years ago. It's no longer just about admiration for his talent or visuals, though those remain undeniable. Instead, the conversation has shifted towards something more lasting, something rooted in emotional impact. Fans don't just say, "I like Jimin." They say, "He helped me survive." That difference matters, because it speaks to a level of influence that goes far beyond entertainment. It enters the realm of personal transformation, where music and presence intersect with real-life struggles and healing. And Jimin, whether intentionally or not, has become a part of that process for millions. There's also a growing recognition of how rare this kind of connection truly is. In an era where content is constant and attention is fleeting, maintaining authenticity is a challenge. Yet Jimin continues to do so, not through grand gestures, but through consistency, through the small, sincere moments that fans have come to cherish. A soft smile, a reassuring message, a performance that feels like an emotional release rather than just a display of skill. These fragments, when pieced together, form something powerful. They form trust, and trust is the foundation of everything. It's why fans believe him when he says they matter. It's why his words linger long after they're spoken. It's why, even in silence, his presence can feel comforting. And perhaps most importantly, it's why the idea of home continues to resonate so strongly. Because home isn't static, it grows with you. It adapts to who you are and what you need. And in many ways, Jimin has done the same for his fans. As they evolve, as they face new challenges and experiences, he remains a constant, a steady source of warmth in an unpredictable world. That kind of emotional anchor is rare, and it's not something that can be manufactured. It has to be real. Which brings us back to the question that started it all. Why is it always Jimin? Because in a world that feels overwhelming, he offers something simple, yet profound, a sense of peace. Not by pretending everything is okay, but by acknowledging that sometimes it isn't, and that's okay too. He doesn't ask fans to be perfect. He reminds them they don't have to be. And in that reminder, there is comfort, there is healing, there is home. The truth is, the bond between Jimin and ARMY cannot be fully explained through logic alone. It's built on moments, small, quiet, deeply human moments that accumulate over time until they become something unbreakable. He is not just an artist people admire. He is someone people turn to, someone they trust, someone who, in their darkest hours, feels like a light they can hold on to. And that is why no matter how much time passes, no matter how the world changes, the answer remains the same. It's always Jimin. If you've ever felt this connection, if Jimin Park has ever been your comfort, your strength, your home, share your story. What moment made you realize Jimin was more than just an idol to you? When did his words or presence help you the most? Join the conversation, connect with fellow ARMY, and let's remind each other why this bond is so powerful.
Because somewhere out there, someone might need your story today.